Hello. So it's Thursday, November 14th. And we 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Next week we'll be in Orlando. So I hope to be filming from there. Should be filming from there. Today was pretty calm. Did some eBay listing, not as much running around. I went to the record store today and filmed their new releases. So that'll be out on my other channel, my Music Talk with John. What came out? There's Gwen Stefani, and it looks like a country western album, modern country album, whatever you want to call it. She's wearing a cowgirl hat, and just looking at the song titles, it appears to be a country themed album. And of course, she's married to, who's she married to? Whatever that country star is, that guy. What else is out? There's a Dave Matthews, first time on vinyl, Crash, I think. Violent Femmes came in, some Taylor Swift. Nothing that really, grabbed my attention completely. There is an album I want to get, but they're still negotiating over there with somebody to buy the albums. But there's a cool Rod Stewart one that I would like to get my hands on because it's an older one, like came out in 72 or something. Every picture tells a story, and I can never find a good copy of that. They're not really reissuing that early Rod Stewart stuff that I can see. I'd like to get a hold of that. Maybe I need to look into that. But this one was clean and it was like, you know, from the 70s. So definitely interested in that. I guess I can share with you what I've been listening to. I have a whole box of records here I'm getting rid of, slowly selling it on eBay, selling them one by one. Sold a couple record store day releases this week. I'd taken like almost 3 weeks off because of the last hurricane, and I got back to it, and I made some really quick sales. So that was nice. But I sold. There was a Ringo EP, and I was kind of half and half on that. I don't have any Ringo stuff, but I kind of liked it. It's 4 songs he did. It was produced by I think it's Linda Perry, who was with Four Non Blondes, and but I was like, no, let me sell it. So I sold that one, and there was a Lou Reed tribute album that came out on Record Store Day. So I waited for that to kind of die down, and probably people still looking for it, and it sold pretty quick. But I have a whole bunch over here that I need to go through. Some I know just need to go to the thrift store. They can join the other ones that are in the dust bins. But there's some good stuff in there too that I have, like jazz and all that. There's a couple that I listened to, like this one. I had 2 copies of it, and I only need one, so I figured this one was gonna win. But I played an old copy of Tapestry. I don't know if it was 70s or what it was, but it was definitely older. But this is a MoFi release, and it's yeah. Once I heard this, I'm like, yep, the other one's got to go. It's funny, you get an album and you know you already have one, and you know you're gonna get a better one, but you hold on to that other one. I have so many dupes in here. I'm getting rid of those, and it's slowly making my collection smaller, which is nice. This is a new one, Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. This is good. I enjoyed this, especially in a sentimental mood. And I'm not like, I know that song and it doesn't really do, it's like, it's a sentimental mood. I've heard it 100 times, but really good job on that one. And what's interesting on this one is, I guess originally had 8 songs, well, probably 7 songs, I guess, now that I look at it. But now there's 9. I like how they did it. On the end of side A, they did a second version of In a Sentimental Mood, but it's just Duke Ellington without Coltrane. And then on the last song on side B, it's Big Nick with Coltrane, but no Duke Ellington. So interesting how they did that, but they figured they had extra space, I guess, and they give you the songs. And what I like is if you want to hear the album as it was originally recorded, which I believe this was the original album cover with them down in the corner, and that's what they changed it to. But you can just play the first 4 songs off side A and then the first 3 songs off side B, and you have the original album. So it's pretty neat how they did that. This one was really good. This is John Lee Hooker's, believe his first release as an album, but it was a bunch of singles that he already put out, and they put it together as an album. But some really good stuff on here. This is House of the Blues. I got this. Just it's not an original. It's a reissue. I don't think any of these had fancy colored anything. Actually, maybe this one did. Might have been on like a red vinyl or something. Yeah, that's cool red vinyl. It's nice, and they're putting out this series with all these reissues, and they're putting them on different color vinyl. I guess that's the shtick. But it's a good sounding album. I don't think there were any pops or clicks or anything on this one. John Lee Hooker. I think it was just black vinyl. Yeah. This one, so yeah, it's a reissue of it. It's very flimsy too. But it's just kind of cool to have. I have Yesterday and Today, the suitcase version of it too. So that's the controversial Beatles album cover, the one that weren't gonna accept it in the United States, but they did put it on this cool, like blue vinyl, and it plays fine. It's not the best quality ever, but it sounds good, so I don't have any problems with it. Then I picked up the new Cure. This is the black vinyl version. I had a copy of this before. That was the colored version, but it was really loud and poppy, and they replaced it with this one, the black vinyl, and it's perfect. Not a problem. This one's really good. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It's Long After Dark, so it's reissued, remastered, original album, and then they give you a second album of extra songs. And this is just as good as like this. This is solid all the way through. So if you get a chance to get the double album, definitely check it out. I think this is just strictly black vinyl also. Yeah, just black vinyl, 2 record set. And this I'm probably going to get rid of. I just jumped on it, but it's a limited edition, new turquoise. It's for indie stores, independent record stores kind of thing. It's still sealed, so that's probably going to end up going at some point. And I did pick this up. I'm not into modern country music, but I thought the bands that did this did a really good job. This is not something I would normally pick up, but I actually enjoyed it. It's a 2 record set too, and it has, man, so modern artists, well, Chris Stapleton starts it off, which is cool. You even have Dolly Parton doing Southern accents, and I thought it'd be cheesy, but I actually thought she did a good job with it. Willie Nelson's on here with Lucas, Margot Price, Mike Campbell jumps in here. What's his name also? Come on, Benmont Tench gets in here too and does helps on some of the songs. So just good job with that. This one was cool too. It was interesting. Tears for Fears. I guess they had 4 new songs they wanted to put out, and they said, "Hey, let's do the rest live." So the first 4 songs on here: "Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad," "The Girl That I Call Home," "Emily Said," and "Astronaut" are all studio recordings of brand new songs. I think they might have been left off of The Tipping Point, their last album. And then the rest is all live, which is cool, and it has everything. They start off with The Tipping Point live, which is, their most recent stuff, but then Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Mad World's on here, Pale Shelter, Woman in Chains, Shout, Head Over Heels, all their hits live. And it's a really good sounding album. So definitely recommend that. Yeah, move on a sort of a, I don't know what you call that, marble like vinyl. So that's pretty cool. Of course, it doesn't want to go in. Why would it want to go in? That'd be too convenient. There we go. And actually, the Tom Petty, I believe, was on a like a greenish lime, weird. There you go. Oh, pretty cool looking. So those. And this is an album I got into recently also is Weezer, that Blue album. With a lot of good songs on there. It's going to grow on me. I know it. It's a little rough, but it's not like, oh, I can't stand these songs. It's like, I want to understand these songs more because of the way they write. So I'm going to hold on to it because it's going to be an album I believe is going to be definitely grow on me here. It has the big hits like Say It Ain't So and Buddy Holly and all that. But the vinyl was really cool on this. Like this cool, like splatter look. So that one was neat. And the last one I got, this was cool. Just I got a recent pickup of them live in '92, the Highwaymen, and this just showed up, clean condition, has a couple pops on it. Might need a couple more cleanings, but I really enjoyed this album all the way through. I was surprised. The price was really, really right. So I went for it because I like the Highwaymen song, and I don't usually get albums for one song, and that's really what I'm doing here is getting rid of albums. It's like one song, or I'm not going to listen to it. That's my whole thing right now that I'm doing to weed out the albums. But that thing was good. I really enjoyed it. So very cool. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are keeping Yeah, keep the politics off your brain, no matter what side you fall on. Just, if you're on one side, don't go sticking your finger in people's faces, and if you're on the other side, things will get better. And don't act out, don't act like you shouldn't. It's political. I mean, in some ways your life can change, and in others they can't. But for the most part, how much has your life changed because of politics since 2016 or so? you know let's think about that. And just keep positive, and let's all just get along and do the right thing, you know and get together as a nation and stop picking sides. So that's my message for the day. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you later.